Hey, welcome back. All right, so another lesson today. This lesson here is going to be on a term on the weather. Thermia. So right now I have all of my coat. I have my hat on, my wool hat. I got my coat. I got my hoodie, and right just below down here, I got a heater on in my car. So what I'm going to do now, I am going to explain to you of one type of emergency, or just the way the body works in a sense. So I'm going to get out my car right here. Oh yeah. All right, so right now, got a nice little sunset thing. So right now I'm here outside. It's not so bad. Yesterday was a really bad weather, but what I'm going to demonstrate today is something that's called hypo. The word hypo means low. You look at the word hypo, low. Hypothermia is temperature. So hypothermia is when their temperature drops. It's an emergency. So there are different types of emergencies. There's localized emergencies in cold injuries. What do you mean by that? Well, right now, my hands are not protected. I don't have gloves on. My nose, my ears, if I kept it like this, right? Extreme cold weather. And one thing that's happening right now you probably can't see is that there's wind. Okay, wind here is trying to steal something from me, not my money, but it's trying to steal my warmth. All right, we all have body heat. We all have a good temperature. Right now my body is a good temperature. It's nice and warm, but right now this wind here in the cold weather, it's going to try to steal something from me, and it's going to try to take my warmness. All right, so one of the things I'm going to say here with hypothermia is I have a water back there. Listen, a body of water here, somewhere over there, right? And there, you can have a patient that will go in, let's say, go in the water. All right, that would be a drowning or water type rescue. Okay, that patient, especially right now, will go into something called hypothermia. They will have wet clothes on. All right, so when the appropriate individuals who are trained to go in the water remove them, as an EMT, you're going to be on standby with your ambulance on. You're going to have your heater on. You're going to have all the different resources to keep that weather controlled in your ambulance or your bus or your rig, whatever term that you use, wherever you're from. Okay? Now we pull the patient out of the water. Now we have to go bring them into a stretcher, from the stretcher to the ambulance now. And then now we're going to have to work on it. All right? I'm not going to go into every step that we're going to do. But one of the things I'm going to say is that we're going to remove that clothing out. It's wet, it's cold, they have clothing on, we're going to remove it, and then we're going to assess their mental status and so forth. All right. But really what I want to talk about is what I'm going through right now. Again, I have my coat. This coat is protecting me from a terminology called convection. Convection is a form of where you lose my body heat through air, moving air. All right, so right now I'm protected. So I'm gonna take this jacket off. All right, got my jacket off. Some people who know me might be a little bit like, wait a minute, yeah, put your jacket back on. But this is gonna be quick demonstration. All right, putting that nice coat. I know, in and out. So now I have my hoodie on. Now I'm feeling a little cold. Okay, feeling just a little cold. Now, if I take my hat off, this is important because a hat, you can lose heat up here. Now, I don't want to lose any more heat. I'm going to stay warm. So I don't want to take my shirt off. I mean, not the shirt, the hoodie off. But what I'm saying here is that if I had just a t-shirt on or no shirt, the first thing my body's going to do something. All right, homeostasis says that it's going to do something to try to help me and save me and give me a balance. And that is what? You guys can say it. It starts with an S. Shivering. All right, so shivering is a form of trying to help your body stay warm. When you have a patient, I gotta put this back on. All right, gotta cover that head. When you have a patient who is shivering, that's a normal good sign for them. It's a very good sign for them because it's telling you that the body's trying to do that. Now, if they are exposed into this cold environment and they're not shivering, I'm gonna say the word, they're not shivering, and they've been in the exposure of the environment, then we have a problem because the body's like, forget you, I can't, forget it. So now that shuts down. We have a major problem. This is when we have the hypothermic patient. All right. So even checking for a pulse, we have to check it for a much longer time than we normally would do for 5 to no more than 10 seconds in CPR. So it's gonna be a longer time. Now, based on your protocols, based on your curriculum, there's certain numbers, like 30, you can hold, check for a pulse if they're unresponsive for 30 seconds. Some might say for a full minute, some say with 45. It is all based on your protocol, your curriculum, or the textbook. All right, so I'm speaking across the board, perhaps nationwide, worldwide. Okay, this is just some of the basics. So right now, my hands is being exposed. What happens to my blood vessels? What happens to my blood vessels? I'm asking you right now. So I'm in a cold environment. Right now, my hand is exposed to the cold environment. And what happens? Vasal, which is a vessel, constricts. Vasal constricts. All right. The extreme cases is when we have that, my hands here for hours and hours and hours with no type of gloves, nothing. So what's going to happen is I can get something called either frostnip, or the worst case is frostbite. All right. I'll just keep it that simple. So I just wanted to kind of put this video on, give you a little thing on hypothermia. And this can also happen in the summertime, believe it or not, hypothermia. Think of someone who's working in the meat market, someone who's working in the refrigerator in the store. They get locked in there. It's the summertime, it's 100 degrees, but yet they can have hypothermia in a very cold environment like a refrigerator. All right, so I hope this helped you. I have more stuff. This is a perfect weather. All right, making sure you cover the head. Running marathons. You ever seen a marathon? New York City Marathon is an amazing marathon, but after running so many hours at the finish line, the first thing they give you is some type of aluminum foil, right? Look like a little baked potato, but you wrap you up. I personally never thought it worked, but after a number of marathons, when I put that foil around me, it prevents convection. So as the wind is coming, boop, it diverts. Boop, it doesn't take my heat away. And it keeps me warm. It keeps me insulated. All right, so I hope you enjoy or you got something out of it. Please subscribe, comment, share, like. All right, whatever you need to do. I try to keep it super simple. I don't think no one's stupid. Where it says keep it simple, stupid, I'm gonna say keep it super simple. So I hope this helps. Have a good one. Keep studying until the next video, until the next lesson. Be safe. All right.